Okay, right. Greetings. My name is Gershan Barnard. Right. What I would like to talk about for now, because I'm trying to fill up my YouTube channel, so yeah, with videos. What I would like to talk about is something called the edge of chaos. Now, the edge of obviously I've spoken about a lot of things. I've talked about things like prospect theory. I've talked about the focusing illusion. I've talked about things such as multiple plate spinning theory. I've really tapped into a lot of things now. But right now what I would like to discuss is something called at the edge of chaos. Now, what a lot of these concepts have in common is basically human psychology. It's things like economics, stuff like that, right? So this obviously it falls within multiple disciplines. Like you can apply it in psychology, in economics, you can even apply it in physics or whatever, right? Obviously you can go Google it just to read more on the topic. But what I would like to point out regarding at the edge of chaos, or the edge of chaos, it is basically where you would have, let's say you would have a boundary, and obviously on this side you would have order, on the other side you would obviously have disorder. That's why it's called the edge of chaos, because at that point your order reaches that point and anything beyond that point now becomes chaos or disorder, right? That's why it's called the edge of chaos, right? Yeah. Obviously there was a book written about this. The book has to do with what we would call idea meritocracy. An idea meritocracy basically has to do with where we vote on, let's say for instance, if we have to make a finance decision, obviously the person who has like a PhD or who is qualified to speak regarding finance, their vote should weigh more, meaning it's not one person, one vote. It could be that there are three people, but then one guy can actually outvote the other two. Why? Because he might have 15 years of experience. That's basically the direction the book is going off into. It talks about a democracy and how the author is actually thinking of pulverizing the core principle of a democracy, because a democracy, democratus, it's a people-ruled government. However, the author argues by stating that, hey, look, people-ruled argument, but now this is the problem. The problem is people are not equal. People not being equal, that obviously creates a problem. Typical example, if we have to vote for, let's say, a president, I know a lot about policy making. I might know a lot about strategic planning. So you have someone sitting somewhere, let's say in a ghetto. You can't say that my vote is equal to their vote in terms of the weight that it carries. So that's why the author is actually, making such a point, right? No problem. But now, here's the thing. Then you are defeating the core principle of a democracy, because the democracy talks about, look, everyone is equal, blah, 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 stuff like that, right? So that's what the book